Good morning, my YouTube friends. My tablet was on pause, and I kept wondering why the screen was fading out. So we'll review this. Here it is, Saturday, January 16th. 4 more days until that big day. Now, here's something we're going to go into. That happens to be my birthday, too. And there was a time where I decided I didn't really want to watch that on my birthday. But then I thought, well, I don't know, maybe I should go ahead and watch it because it might be interesting. So maybe I will watch it. Because here's the thing. Don't you think the 25,000 troops is quite of a bit for this? Come on. And I'll say the word, come on, man. Now, first and foremost, don't ever grab my vote and think I voted for someone you think I voted for, because you might find out that I didn't vote for the person because I didn't really like the person. For me, I have to like a person to vote. I don't like them. I don't like either of them. I think politics is one of the dirtiest, shiftiest games there ever was. Okay? Now, here's another thing. There were people who thought that when the coronavirus, once the election was had, that the coronavirus would disappear and it would be all different. Well, guess what? It isn't. And now you're coming to find out that Bill Gates has his own farmland, lots of it, owns it. Gee, bioengineering. I mean, as far as food, you know what I mean? Plants that are only, cloned, DNA plants. You can make many of them, but not many nutrients to them. A certain person who we all know out there said that, after we do all this, they're going to want to have to track us. This ain't Bill Gates, even though he's the guy behind the 060606 chip. So it may start out, as they said before, as a tracking thing on your phone, because we carry the phone everywhere. But most of us do. But that could come to a point where people don't always carry their phone because they don't want people to know where they're at. So you know what? It's got to be on them so they always know. So that's talking about right there. So, okay, there's that little bit of tidbit right there. So now we're going to get into the whole meat of the story, what I was really going to talk about, and it's Facebook. Now, Facebook is a very double-edged place for me. There's times where I just as soon dump it. But then again, I've got a lot of family and friends on there, and even though we don't talk very much, I guess I could just keep the messenger. You know what I mean? But you see, third party, you got to be careful what you say in anything you say, because it is recorded on the internet. These videos that we do, they keep them in the cloud. They're there forever. Those ones I did long time ago, those are still there. I just can't find them. I'd have to have my own way of doing it, and I don't know how, so whatever. So those videos are long gone, even though the channel was deleted. But Facebook started out as a place where, wow, let's go find this guy. And 20 years down the line, you reunite. But you know what I found out about that? I've got a few friends on here that stay in contact a little bit, but on the whole, they don't. When you first contact them, it's usually like, wow, man, I haven't talked to you in forever. And then after a couple of times, they either don't like what you post, or maybe they're not on Facebook a lot, like some people aren't. And then the next thing you know, they drift apart again like they did before in the old, way back. Found a lot of my military friends that have gone on to have different lives. One of them has a double life, meaning he has 2 wives in 2 different countries. That's why he didn't want to stay in contact with me. He was too afraid that something could get out and somebody was going to find out that he lived in, his work overseas also had him a different family. So there's that. But back in my old YouTube days, and I told you guys about this guy. There was a guy, I don't think you can even find the video because I went and looked for it. And the guy did a video, it was called Half-Ass Prepping. And he was kind of making fun of me without naming me. And he actually was drinking a beer that I used to drink, which I know I haven't drank in 2.5 years now, so whatever. But it was a Coors Light can. And he was all giving you these dumb little ideas of prepping, because he called it half-assed. Like, I don't know how we could say it, but maybe we use this remote to start a fire. You know what I mean? Something like that. And it was kind of making fun of me so people wouldn't really take me seriously anymore. Oops, and there goes my camera. And they figured that that would work, and that then, after all that happened, people wouldn't follow me. I could also fade into obscurity, which I did. I can't really do this now that it fell. And so that worked for them and for me. Because he told me about how privacy was going to change. And I thought, oh, never. They'll let people do certain things. Well, hate to tell you, but they really haven't. Because now, you can't say anything. If you say anything against the way it goes, the flow, well, you're bad. You're a bad person. See, I can't really tell where I'm looking. It's got me the green dot here, but it really is here. So, anyway. So, my idea of deleting Facebook has been there quite a while. There's reasons why I keep it, and one of them is for family and friends and stuff like that. But here's the thing. This is what I found out with Facebook. Okay? If you want to go on Facebook and you want to post something about a funny dinner you had that was steak and potatoes and that's it, everybody loves it. If you post, and this is true about anything, not even Facebook, politics and religion, you're done. Now, I have never forced my religion on anybody. My religion is way different than what people think. Do I go to a real church? No. Do I still believe in the guy? Yeah. Do I believe it's a little bit different than some people think? Yeah. But my whole interest really has been Nibiru, the Dwarf Star, time travel, which are getting closer and closer to doing. They're already saying that forward travel is possible, which means if you went there, there's guys there running around with souls and everything. So now you have to focus back on E.T. and realize that E.T. is probably just us. Maybe we really are alone in this vast universe. Maybe there isn't anybody else. But then again, who knows? So anyway, Facebook is very intrusive now. You can't post anything unless it's agreeable with whatever. If they don't like it, they got these dumb fact checkers that come on here and say, oh, that's wrong. Snopes is not my god, and neither is just this dude that Candace Owens wanted to sue. He's not the guy that knows everything. Oh, you're a conspiracy nut. You wear a tinfoil hat. You're stupid. Well, in that instance, no. A lot of people know a lot more than some people give them credit for. But Facebook has really changed everybody. It's just a crazy place. I mean, there's some friends I've met that I stayed friends with and talked to and share stuff still. There's a lot of friends that, no, that's not how it is. So with that, let's get on another end. 25,000 troops, really? Boots on the ground in America for the first time ever. Crazy. My mind is already going with something else. Because I understand what it is, but there hasn't been anyone who needed that many people. There wouldn't be enough people here that created craziness for that many military to be here. Makes you wonder. Bigger scale, grander scale, who knows? All I know is my ideas and my beliefs are out there in that sky since I was about 12 years old. And a lot of it's happening right now. Do I believe it's going to get better? Maybe. Maybe by the time I'm really old, you know what I mean? I mean like 80-something. Maybe then. But I don't know now. It goes on and on and on and on. Then you have a guy from PBS coming on here and talking about, how they need this guy to be, they take all these kids of the families that voted for Orange Man Bad and put them in re-education camps so they can learn, don't ever vote Republican. Well, here's my thing, my friends. I think my friend and I have agreed two-party system should go. It should just be people. We don't bicker anymore. But we will because, no. So, Facebook is a very intrusive place. And as much as I go on there and kind of put laughy emojis or something I find funny, I realize that in reality, a lot of people may not. And so I don't even like in messengers say much to my friends anymore. It's just gotten too dumb. You can't say the watermelon fell in the ocean. Oh, that was taken wrong. Oh, that was a code word. Oh, ooh. And then the next thing you know, you're in trouble over something stupid. Facebook cops, YouTube cops, whatever it is, they're there. Oh, they want to get after these people for some dumb thing, like I said, that's no way at all like a different event. And I think, wow, this world really has gone nuts, hasn't it? So I have a few friends here that have actually were friends of mine on YouTube. I mean, how I say it, Facebook. And some of them unfriended me, but there's a couple of them that follow me here. And again, I'm going to tell you guys this. I probably should have never done this because it's your view and it's your page. And I'm the same. But I never made fun of the conjunction of the two planets and said that that was the coming of Jesus or not. I just told you that within myself, I feel it's the coming of something else that's kind of bad. And the thing is that a lot of it's getting ready to happen. And the thing is, E.T., whether E.T. is really a little green guy, whether E.T. is really us from here in the same time with advanced machinery that comes, or whether it's time. There's an agenda behind it. And don't you believe that whoever it is that's in charge is going to get the one that's going to be the credit for it? Yeah. Yep. I've been looking on this stuff forever. I know it's here. It's just not here. It's on the doorstep, but it's not here. It's coming. Oh, door-to-door vaccinations. Oh, this. Oh, that. Oh, we got to do this. Can't do that. Yeah, there was a guy who started out like that in a different country. Then he banned books. Then you got your mark. Then you got this. Then you got that. Here's a thing that I'm going to go into because I'm burning a lot of time here and I really hate to put out too much, like 3 more minutes maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'll go half hour. Maybe I'll just ramble. So 10 years ago, there was a guy on YouTube that was going around and showing that people had their mailboxes marked blue, red for their party. Now it doesn't seem so funny. Even though they're not really doing that act, it is funny how that's how it is. If you're on this one side, you're great. But if you're on this other side, you're not. Took me till yesterday to get my stimulus. And even though that card is good for a whole year, no, 4 years, they're not going to put more money on it. It has to be another card. I guess they're too afraid. So anyway, get a hold of your card or something, and there it is. So who knows? But, old Dr. Gates, now he's got all this farmland in America. Gee, I wonder what that's about. Growing food that they're going to, that's where we'll get it. Who knows what's in it? You know what I mean? And people just sit there and take it. I post stuff on Facebook all the time, and I say, but they don't believe me. Oh, gee, big seed. No, sorry. I'm going to carry away. That was another thing that happened to me. I got into prison channels for some reason, and it all led me into him, Myers, whatever his real name is. I asked him one time, I said, it'd be kind of funny if you could be going, roll call, resist, but he's never done it because he has those other characters, I just think that would be really kind of cool because everybody knows it's a parody channel and all this and everything else. And it'd be kind of funny if he did do that near the end of one of his videos, but he hasn't done it. He has like 5 different characters. I think I know there's 4, but there might be another one. He's got the policeman. He's got Dan. He's got Rusty. He's got Pastor. What's his name? And then there's Sid. That's 5. And then there's him. He had his own channel, but nobody seemed to care about it. He kept getting reported all the time, so I kind of quit doing it. Because it is cool when people do parody channels to come out and admit who they are and do a real one. Like there was a girl years ago who did like a makeup thing, but then she became this little girl, Boxy. Boxy was fake. Boxy wasn't Romanian. She wasn't from there, but her channel portrayed her as a kid from there. Finally, when she got a little older, she put out a video and told everybody, look, this is not really me. My name is this. This is a character. Because a lot of people got into it and thought that she really was this little Romanian girl that had, whatever. Then you got Tim Tisfakis. Amazing. This kid is still alive. He has progeria. We thought years ago when his channel disappeared that he was gone. I Googled him and there he was with a new channel. Amazing. The guy's still alive. That's cool. He talks about music and got good football mind. Talks about football. Talks about his collection of these little characters he gets. I always forget what that's about. So I follow a lot of different people. But anyway, the prison thing got me into that. Big Sid came along. And I have to say, some of these people are pretty out there, like Lee Priest. Shoot. I comment, he likes it, he'll comment back to me. And it is him. It's crazy, though. Some of these people, they have these things on Instagram where you can't comment at all or even thumbs them up. Wow, you really want these people to follow you, but there's no interaction. I know you get thousands of people. It's just kind of funny. Now, I'm going to go on with this video, and it's going to be long. And about 9 more minutes, and then I'm going to end it. So if you guys ever get tired of it, you always remember just... I always also like this like low sub thing for me. Because in some ways, nobody really watches my stuff. Only a few. Some believe it, some don't. I got a few people on here that I've known over years. The people that don't really know me as me. Who see me as a different character, as a person here. I had that actually happen. There's a lot of people who they will say, oh yeah, and they kind of follow you for that reason. Then one day you meet them, you're not really that person that they knew from the screen, and it's all different for them then because they met the real you, and they're like, oh man, this guy's nothing like you knew. Because there was a person here I was following this person, and they may be still friends with me here, and I met them. Okay, they actually met me because it come to find out their family lived somewhere near me, so they came where I worked and they met me. And then there's a person that was with them who says, oh, you met the guy. Let's go home now. But they never really knew me till they met me. And then they were like, oh, he's not really like that guy that we see here. None of us are, really. We have our own lives. We do our own things. And that's how it is. I'll tell you this again before I run out of too much time because I want to just ramble because I know a lot of you guys are going to go away. But way back when this began, I always give props to Bo from Bo Knows Entertainment. He was the guy that got me going because I really didn't have a lot of followers. Now, there's a guy on here. I won't give up his YouTube name. I'll just say who his name. Iteni. He was another guy who got my channel kind of moving. There were 2 people. Iteni was a very interesting guy because, we kind of stay in contact a little bit still, but not like it was then. I had a dream when I was younger, and I'm going to go into that dream in a little bit because I got 11 minutes and maybe I'll do the dream. So I had a dream when I was a kid, about 5 or 6. One was me doing the dream, one was me watching the dream. It takes place somewhere in Asia, and I'm running towards a helicopter. I can say it now because it doesn't matter. And the ladders that they have that come down, it's hovering, it's not on the ground. So it's kind of like Uncommon Valor. We're running to this chopper. Get to the chopper. We're running. And we got a shitload behind us. We're running. I grab the rung. I'm on it. I have my hand on the side. I'm getting in. Boom. It's black, and here I am. I'm me. He knew it. He knew the dream. I never talked about it. I never brought the dream up. I never said anything about it. He knew it. He knew the kind of helicopter it was, but he never really told me where it was. So then I decided, you know what? I'm going to go check something out. Well, come to find out, the Vietnam War started in 1955. I was born in 1958. I re-enlisted for Vietnam in 1972 when I was in high school. So it was fully going on, and I expected I would go there. And in fact, when I got to my basic training, we did the same kind of basic they would do when they send people over. 6 weeks, boom, you're done. You basically learn basics, and that's it, basics, and then you're gone. And it took me forever, just a year ago, to really come to full circle with it and realize that, you know what it was? I was trying to go back there for some dumb reason. Who knows why I wanted to go back there? Maybe I was trying to look for somebody who didn't make it. I didn't either. Maybe I was going to go find my own grave. Who knows? The person that knew this dream told me that none of us made it. We got taken out. There were too many of them. So, I don't know. But there had to be a reason why I wanted to go back there. So Vietnam was in 1955. That's when it started. And they had helicopters back then. So the dream's kind of an interesting dream. He knew it. No one else. He just knew. He knew it. Described it. Described what it was. This exactly what the helicopter looked like. He knew. How could he know if I hadn't told him? So for those two guys, my channel went off, and I had 500 people. 400 to 500. I know I said it was 3, but it's more like 4 to 5. So I had a pretty good audience, and they were legit. They were legit subscribers. It wasn't, oh, I got this 20,000 subscribers and I got 4 likes or 2 comments. Those people, I don't care who they are, how well-known they are, how whatever. People that have a huge amount of people, like even 100,000 subs, but they get 4 comments, they bought their subs. Anyway, so a lot of things happened with that. I had a naysayer that I talked to all the time, even though he didn't believe what I talked about. We still talked. So it was kind of an interesting thing. So with that said, I talked about a lot of things. I'd shoot things right off the top of my head and they'd happen. Not so much anymore, because I think I've gone through all of it. But I was invited to internet radio shows. One was called Freedom Slips. I didn't do it. But it's because I thought they were going to try to discredit me, so I decided not to do it. And there's a guy out here, talks about the Black Star all the time, and there's no disrespect to this person, but I don't think this guy knows exactly what he's telling you. He may know some of it, but he doesn't know all of it. And in fact, one day, he decided that all the guys that followed him, he told us where we were going to be. It was the Ozarks. And it's kind of funny because there's another guy, and that guy's name was Mike. I'll say your name. Who talked a lot like this guy, only one on camera you saw, and the other guy on camera you didn't. And they were related, and it turned out that one of them had lived with the other guy for a while. They tried to get him on that radio show with me, and both of them wouldn't do it. They said they would, and then one backed out. Really? Because there were 2 of them. 2 guys, the same guy. He had a vehicle all decked out, didn't live too far away from the woods, was just going to up there he went, and then he disappeared. And he had old Von Helton. He was kind of an interesting dude, although a lot of people got to where they hated him. But he was interesting. I had a lot of guys on there that I followed that I thought were kind of fun channels to watch. But as I began this whole video, things have changed now. And if you dare stray from that status quo, well, then these people don't really want you, to be on their page, do whatever it is. I did find a page called SoCal. It's like a social network. You don't link with Facebook. So it's kind of interesting. You can link it with Facebook, but that is not there. So you're on it and it doesn't link to Facebook. You don't have to share it to Facebook. So it is kind of funny. But anyway, there were some good days. There were a few people I really wanted to meet. This one guy lived up in Washington, and I lived there for a while. I wanted to meet this guy, but he didn't drive, and I would have had to have gone and met him and all this. And he was a real person. I mean, he did his videos. It was just that whatever it was, when it came down to meeting the guy, he didn't want to meet. So, but I had a good time with that. It went on for a few years, and some people got their 2012, whether or not it was really real or not. Some people got it. They're not here anymore. But as I'm really blowing a lot of time on here and really not talking about anything, I just wanted to say again, I'll thank all you guys that do follow me. I know there's a few of you who do watch it and don't comment and don't like, and that's okay. Keeps me under the wire. I'm really amazed though that my sub count didn't go up a bit because it was big at one time. I mean, for legit, it was legit. I didn't. Then M from Canada won. Marsha, she was like my first ever subscriber. I resubbed her. I even messaged her when you could. Got nothing back. Sometimes I say things that I probably shouldn't that make people think I'm talking about them when in reality I'm probably not talking about you. But that's how it is. But those were the guys that got me off the jump on YouTube. And then before I knew it, man, I was big. I was out there. And then I disappeared for 9 years. But I have to say now that I probably won't come on here and really shoot from the hip as much anymore or even on Facebook because they got it to the point now where you can't do any of this. You'll get in trouble. So all you can really do is just go by what the way it is and, watch it all happen. Well, my friends, I've kind of gone into almost a half-hour video here. Not much about much. If you guys care to watch it, cool. I'll go on your channels if you sub me and you do post, and I will give you a like. I might even comment. Sub for sub, like the old days. Anyway, wasn't too much of much, but I want to give you my views on Facebook, my views on YouTube. Your privacy's going away. It's happening every freaking day. None of us really get it. Some people don't. Till it's too late. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens on Wednesday because I wasn't going to watch it because it's on my birthday. And I thought, well, you know what, though? Maybe I will watch this because it could be kind of interesting. It's probably historic. I just don't know why anybody ever would need that many boots on the ground in America. Makes you wonder if there's something else going to happen. Don't know. Anyway, I'll stray to ET really quickly before we get out of here. Whatever it is, whether, like I said, whether it's guys from here with advanced stuff and we show up, whether it's guys who really are from far away, whether it's guys that are whatever, they are going to eventually want you to take a chip. That's what the bottom line is. The bottom line is they're going to want something like this right there in your hand. No matter what they are. That's the bottom line. So for all you guys think it's going to come and be a big change, oh, it'll be a big old change, all right. It's going to be a crazy time. So my friends, I'm going to wrap up this video. Been almost a half an hour. I got about an hour and 10 minutes before I got to get out of here. So I will be seeing you. You guys have a really good time this weekend. Make the most of every minute you got because you never know when things change. Peace.